Healing crystals, skincare routines, knitting a sweater, fitting in jeans. With Katie and Sarah, no need to worry, you're on a lady journey.
Lady journey. Hi, everyone.
It's summertime.
It's Saturday, and it's a summertime day.
You know what? I'm excited. I've got our family trip pretty much organized. I bought the airplane tickets.
Ooh.
We got a boat trip.
Where are you guys
trip.
going?
We're going to Cayman Islands. I've done the map.
Yes.
We are in the off season. I've flown to Key West and stayed there. It's cheaper to fly to some of these Caribbean islands.
Yeah. Key West, that airport is so small.
It's so small, and there's not a lot of flights to go out. Or sometimes we'd fly to Miami, rent a car, and then you do all the math, and you're like, I think I just spent just as much money.
Mm-hmm.
Where this one is coming out to like around $1,000.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, for Caribbean.
We're
We're on the beach, and then we're doing a boat trip, and then we
Ooh.
buy food, and then try to keep like going out expenses cheap.
Is Joe going with you guys, or it's you,
Yes.
Vicky, and your mom? And Joe?
Joe, I got my whole family to come.
Oh, my gosh.
Well,
that's going to be fun.
At first, it was gonna be Joe, me, and my mom, and then Joe threw out, "Why don't we invite the whole family?" And I'm like, "This is on Patreon."
Yeah.
So-
That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people.
Well, family trips, the group thread's out of control.
Yeah, of course.
There becomes dominant personalities that happen.
Yes.
And sometimes you need to dart them so the rest of the family can have fun.
Yes. You need to be
Yes.
like, stop.
Yes. There gets ego
Yeah.
of like, well, I planned this whole trip and nobody seems to be appreciative.
Yeah, yes.
You get some of that.
Because
And
when you're with your family too, you like start regressing immediately too, and it's like,
Yes.
no, we're not dealing with that.
and then I did a car rental, and I was like, I got a van.
Oh my god, I love it. So family.
Well, here's the thing. I was like, if we do 2 cars, I know exactly what's going to happen. We will not see my mom and sister.
Mhm.
They will go off onto their own clique and then
Mhm.
come back telling us how much fun they had. And while we're like, well, we would have had fun, but you didn't invite us.
Oh my god, that's great.
Yeah.
You nipped it in the bud. One van.
So I was like, one van seems like we all have special needs, but I love it.
I love it. I love it too. It's like just we move as a team. We move as a unit.
Well, this is the thing. Like, here's my pet peeve sometimes on like group hangs and family hangs. Okay, so there are members in groups that when you are all sitting down for the table, one of them will pull another person away from the conversation and have sidebar.
Yeah.
And when I've been that person that's been pulled away, and then you hear the rest of the group having fun.
Oh my god.
And you're listening to something that you don't want to hear.
Yes, it's a nightmare. I've been there too, and you're like trying to get back into the conversation, but the person just won't stop. It's like emotional vampirism, I think.
It really is. It's almost like when somebody makes you watch a YouTube video in public in a group setting that you're like, and then it's buffering.
It's like
and,
long.
And,
And it's like of them, or like something they think is funny, and it turns out to be the stupidest thing in the world.
and you can't deliver the emotion that they want from you.
And you're like, oh, it's so like great. What is
awful.
it?
Yeah. And then we have family members that go on their phone the whole time.
Oh, yep. We
And
have some of those.
I'm like, I'd rather have a full-on argument.
At least you're being present.
Yeah, we're in the moment. Because I'm like, it's just rude that you're just looking at memes while we're at the table.
Yes,
Like, so that's why I try to do the one car and then hoping I don't want to micromanage. So I don't tell people like what they need to do, but these are my pet peeves in a group hang.
Yeah.
I like
yeah.
one conversation at the table.
Yes, everybody is there together.
Together. Yeah.
Yeah.
And even if it is we're yelling about political beliefs, I'd rather have that.
Yes, yes. At least someone's learning.
And it's drama.
Yeah.
Drama is
Oh, we love a
happening.
drama.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so fun. I'm so excited for you guys.
Yeah,
That's
but
gonna be a
it's like,
fun one. That's gonna be such a lady journey.
It is. I'll report back on the Patreon, the family pod,
oh yes.
the sordid details.
The sordid
I won't
details.
name names, but I
So when are you guys going?
July 26th through the 30th.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going because my trip to Costa Rica, changing it to me.
Yeah.
Back to
Nice.
me. I'm going to Costa Rica right after that for my friend's wedding.
Okay.
So that's our trip that we're going on, which I'm really excited.
What part? East or west?
We're going to the west side, Guanacaste.
Everybody makes out the east side is you don't want to go to the east side, but you're like, but that's the Caribbean side.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never been to that part of the world before. I'm really looking forward to it. It's very like jungly, apparently.
Yes. I went 2009 and it was
Ooh.
great.
Oh,
and it's cheap.
Ugh.
And it was easy to maneuver around. You got to brush up on your Spanish.
I am looking forward to doing that.
No street signs.
Okay.
So
We
you
are
got to get
actually-
your Google Maps going.
we're driving from the airport to the resort.
We were in a state of panic driving to the airport because there was no like definitive way of getting there.
Wow.
We had to go on intuition, and that there was one lady behind us didn't know us, picked up on our vibes in the car, and was like, "Are you guys trying to go to the airport?" And she let us follow her.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
amazing.
We made it out alive.
That's so great.
Yeah.
That's so nice that she didn't rob you.
I know. But it's got so many different things to do.
I'm excited. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to it. I have already turned down the group trip for the wedding, which was an ATV trip, because I do
What's
not.
an ATV trip?
It's like an ATV is like a 4-wheeler thing that you like drive around. And I was like, I'm sorry, there's no fucking way. The thought of it, I find so stressful. It's like, now I haven't driven. I drive like once every other year in Indiana. It's like, now I'm just on a motorcycle going through the beach and I'm with a group and I have to keep up for the group. I'm like, I can't. It sounds so upsetting.
Is Mike going?
Mike is going.
He wasn't like, I'll take over, babe.
No, I didn't even tell him. I didn't even tell him about it. I'm like, it's not an option. I don't want him to go. But I told my friend though, I was like, I'm not doing any of that adventure. I'm not doing zip lining. You better fucking believe I'm not holding on to a little thing and flying down the side of a mountain. No, it's not me. It is not me.
I can maybe do that, but I'm with you on the ATV. All of a sudden, you're the one that's like stalled out in the dunes. Everyone's having the time of their life, and you're just like, maybe you don't have the sense of. I was like that. I went on a go-kart with people from work, and everybody's like zooming past me while I'm stalled out in gear, and I'm like this. I just left with the worst attitude. I'm like, this sucks, and I will never do it again. And everyone's like, that was the time of my life.
Yeah, you just feel like everyone's looking at you. Well,
it's like you wore like heels to the beach or something.
Yes.
That's how I feel. Like just highly inappropriate.
No, I'm not. I was like, I just can't. I looked at the other tours that they were offering, and it's like nothing. I was so annoyed too, by the way, because the tours are like learn to sail a catamaran, all this like active shit. I'm like, where's the tour of taking me into a town so I can buy shit in the town?
Yes,
because that's the only thing that I want to do. We'll go for a light walk in the jungle. But that's it. I don't want to like climb up the side of a mountain and then like slide down a water slide.
Yeah.
Like it's so stressful. It's like now I'm just on American Ninja Warrior.
Yes.
So,
but you should. There are walking tours where you can see like sloths.
That's what I want to do. I'm gonna probably
And
like
some
when we
crocs
get there,
or
like
alligators.
yeah, like just see a few little animals. Like originally I had this plan in my mind that I was like, we're gonna rent a car and we'll go all around, but it's just never gonna happen. It's like too much planning.
We tried the rent the car thing. We did have the car to get around. And you do get to drive on the side of the road that Americans do, so it's not confusing.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
But we found like following directions hard, and yeah, it was like we didn't really get to do a lot of the stuff that we wanted to do because we couldn't figure out how to get to it, like volcano baths and like waterfall dipping or whatever.
Yeah. I would do something like that. I would do like a light, like going to a waterfall and like maybe going for like a light swim.
Yeah.
But you look at some of these tours and they're like like the tour starts at 8 a.m. and it finishes at 5 p.m. It's like, am I working right? Am I on the freaking clock right now? Like I want to go to the spa. I want to sit through a timeshare presentation. I want to eat, and I want to have like a couple weird drinks that are like neon green for some reason.
Yes. Yeah. I like the relaxing side of those vacations.
Yeah. I think I'm just like kind of a beachy person where I'm like, I'll just lay.
Yeah. Read a book.
I'll just lay.
Yeah. Snacks.
And it's my friend's wedding also, so it's like it's just chock full of wedding events. It's like we have like the welcoming party, then we have like the bridal night, then we have like the rehearsal dinner, and then like the spa day, and then the wedding. So I'm officiating the wedding, which is exciting. It's a beach wedding, which I think is so funny because the groom's last name is Beach.
Oh,
so
weird.
I know. It's like I have a lot of beach puns.
Okay.
Life's a beach. Yeah. That's how I'm going to open the ceremony. Hi everyone, life's a beach. So that's going to be fun. And then, Mike's there. Mike's along for the ride. And then we stayed a couple days after the wedding that we'll just have like just us like chilling out.
Great.
I
wish I knew what town you were in. We did surf lessons and that was really fun.
I would try a surf lesson. I would try like a light exercise.
That's great because there's usually the instructor stays in the water with you.
Yeah.
So if turmoil hits, he can come get you.
Yeah. That's good. I need someone to keep an eye on my life.
And you can also hire a photographer, which we did.
Oh, that's fun.
But it's really just a guy that got a new camera.
Just a man with a camera.
But it was fun to like document it, and it was low key.
Mm-hmm. It's funny to me, like I guess like there is kind of this thing where people kind of have these like 9-to-5 jobs and then they go on vacation and like this is their time to shine, and because I have like a freelance life, I feel like I get to do a lot of cool stuff all the time, and maybe like the vacation isn't the time for that, but there's something very funny to me about like going on vacation and then like in this week you're like picking up a new thing, like I'm learning surf lessons. You're like I'm gonna learn surf, I'm going to learn how to paraglide. Oh, that was another one. I'm like fuck no,
I don't want to do that's like the same as parasailing.
Parasailing
to the
is
boat.
Parasailing is when you go on the boat.
Parasailing.
Oh yeah,
people have flown into buildings.
Yeah, my mom's cousin broke 2 of her ankles. She just landed on her ankles.
There was a horrific one where the guy lost his whole family in a parasailing. I kind of want to. It like makes me want to laugh because it feels like a 30 Rock side.
It does. I mean, it's a freak accident.
It is, but you're like, it's just you're like thinking that you're going on this thing that's supposed to be fun, and it's like there's a high chance you might die.
There's a lot of tourist
out of stupidity.
I really have to say that especially because I worked in the tourism industry, like in New York City, and I would take people on all this different stuff, and there a lot of that stuff, like people are paid minimum wage. They are, like maybe they have a license, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're like highly skilled. Even at like flying. Have I talked about the helicopter crash in the East River on this show before?
No.
Okay, a couple of years ago. Okay, now we're getting into it. This is
what I was like every episode.
My helicopter crash in the East River story. I'm always bringing it up. So this was in like maybe like 2018 or 2019. Maybe it was like early 2019. There was a helicopter that crashed in the East River. Basically, people were they were in Brooklyn on the promenade in Brooklyn Heights, taping it on their phone because they could see like the helicopter's going and then it just goes down. It just starts going down. It hits the water and then it just fucking sinks. Well, somebody that I fucking went to college with and had spent 2 Thanksgivings with, although I did not remember him, but my friends told me, they were like, that guy. I'm like, I don't remember. He was at Thanksgiving. He was on the helicopter and he fucking died.
That's insane.
So it's like a tourist thing. And I looked it up because obviously I was like so jarred by it. But because at the time I was working and doing tour guiding and I would go on these boats all the time, thinking in the back of my mind, like if something happens, like we're all like, we've got one tour guide who seems like he is not doing well financially. Like all these tourism industry things, it's like you show up, it's like I'm here, like I'm just on a bus with like 40 Australian men. Like I don't know what I'm doing. If there's some kind of disaster, like I can't help. I can't save you guys.
Yeah, once you're like inside of an industry and realize how easy it is that people get hired. I mean, I just think about that sometimes in the comedy world. You find out the person that was booking, it's because the company was like, we need someone we want to do stand-up. And then there's one guy that's like, I've watched a few YouTube videos, and they're like, great, you're the booker.
Yeah, now you're the booker of this festival. And it's like, he just had worked at like a salad bar previously. Yeah, and then they have like some kind of scandal where it's like they have no black women on the festival, and it's like, well, I wonder why.
Yeah.
Because we just have Jamie over here.
He's just booking the comics that he likes.
Yeah, he's booking everyone that looks like Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the helicopter, what happened was it was I forget what the company was, but I think it was with a company that they also do boat tours. It's the type of tour where there's no doors on the helicopter, so they strap you in.
I won't do a helicopter.
Never.
That's like, I just love it. I won't do a helicopter.
Yeah. Try to get me in a helicopter. You won't.
That's my thing that I come out with at every part. Don't get me in a helicopter. No, we have peers that do helicopters every now and then. I'm like, absolutely not. They end up crashing a lot.
Even like a private jet.
Yeah.
I would never fly in a private jet.
I think I've done it once when I did the Nantucket Comedy Fest, and they have just like those commuter jets.
Mm-hmm.
They're wild.
Yeah, I
know they go all the time, and a lot of people feel safe, but it's not.
those are the ones that crushed Salino and Barnes.
I know. Patsy Cline.
Yeah.
A few senators.
Yellow Jackets. It's a lot. So like they had them strapped into the helicopter, right? It starts going down for whatever reason, they don't know. Something was wrong with the helicopter. The pilot gets out, and he's the only one that survived because he knew how to get out of the harnesses. And it's like, they're supposed to teach you when you get in the helicopter, they're supposed to do like an emergency demonstration of how to get out of the harnesses. Nobody did it. It's like, look at this helicopter guy. I guarantee he's not making more than $50 an hour.
Yeah.
Flying a helicopter full of people.
What about look when you're one person that survives
I know.
is the one that knows how to do.
Right.
Like, I would have just been like this. Oh, no one made it. No,
Yes. Don't know what happened.
Weird.
I know. I would have just like gotten to a different country. But they had they had a ton of videos. This is the thing that's so weird about like these tragedies that happen like in the age. Like the kids are on the helicopter. One. Yeah. The kids are on the helicopter like, hey. And then it's like 40 seconds later, they're dead.
Yeah. It's bad that I'm admitting this, but I guess there was some guy that was eaten by a shark off the coast of Egypt in Cairo.
Oh my
God.
God.
It's on TikTok. And of course it's like, a train wreck. I'm just watching it. I'm like, this is the worst thing that I've ever seen.
Oh, terrible.
It's like, I'm just watching Faces of Death.
Oh my God. Faces of Death. That brought me back to high school. Faces of Death, Lady Journey.
Watch a guy get mauled to death by a pit bull in a junkyard.
Oh, terrible.
Off of a Ring camera.
Oh, terrible. Terrible.
And I can't stop watching.
I know. Well, TikTok too, it's like soups, bread recipe, man being torn apart. You're like, what? I got blindsided by a horrific one. Trigger warning.
Lady Journey.
This is a trigger warning.
Faces of Death.
I know. We had trends. We had timeless trends, by the way. That's what we were planning on talking about. And we will go into it after I say this one thing.
Okay.
This was something I got blindsided with late at night. Now my nighttime routine is just taking melatonin and watching TikTok until I feel sleepy. I know.
I can't though. I don't have that effect.
Really?
It's like doing cocaine for me. I can feel my brain buzzing once I hit the pillow.
Yeah, it is.
I
hard
think
to
I'm
sleep.
dumber. I saw Blair Sagi had a tweet that the other day that made me laugh about. She's like, I think I've watched so much Vanderpump Rules that I think it's actually caused brain damage. And I was like, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think I have brain damage now.
Content. Just
shit content.
Overload all the time.
I need watch months of nature videos to get back to where I
know.
was.
I need to watch Jane Austen.
Yeah.
I need to watch Pride and Prejudice.
Quick.
Yeah. Someone get Mr. Darcy. But wait, what was I going to say? Oh, I know. This was the TikTok I was blindsided with. It was like that creepy music that they have on there.
Yeah.
And it was a photo from like the 1900s. This guy caught his wife cheating on him, and he grabbed her face and pressed it into wet cement.
Oh.
And then it formed on her face, and she died. Like she just
like
had her mouth,
suffocated?
like suffocated.
And this is on TikTok?
It's on TikTok. It's like, it's
Good night.
Yeah. Night. It's crazy because it's the old timey photo. I love it. It's almost like Smile in a way. And it's like, and now I don't have to have that memory just to myself. It's with all of you. I was so disturbed. I couldn't sleep.
I know. And then you are explaining it to your partner. Like when I went to Fort Collins, my friend Dolores came with me, and then we just ended up watching unresolved mysteries.
I'm still feeling really bad about it. Oh my God.
But we'd watch these heinous things, and she's telling me, she's like, oh, I'm in the middle of a podcast now. It's Chicken Head or something. She would just nickname it something heinous, and I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah, just a stream of horrific content, just directly to the brain.
It's so fascinating, but yeah, it's part of me. I'm like, ugh, this is not for entertainment purposes.
It's not good. I know it does like kind of pick your interest in like a sick way.
It does.
You know?
Yeah. Well, it's people like to watch car wrecks. Or, you know what I mean? Like they rubberneck.
Yes.
Yeah. And you're like, I can't, but I will.
What's happening? I need to see. Yeah. Yeah.
But
it's
anyway,
wild.
summer trends.
Yeah, summer trends. Well, I was telling you, I'm like, watch me make this transition seamless. I was telling you, I'm obsessed with Mary Janes right now. Everybody's doing Mary Janes.
I love Mary Janes, but I think there's always gonna be different versions of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you can't go wrong with a flat Mary Jane.
I think I'm gonna get one. These are like a little bit pricey, but they're now in my wheelhouse of eco-friendly shopping. I mentioned this brand on the fast fashion episode, Rothy's.
I like those. There's a French brand that all the French blogger girls are wearing, Carafel or something.
Ooh.
And it's got 3 straps to the Mary Jane and a block
triple.
heel.
Yes, I've seen that one.
But
Fabulous.
I was like, I must get the knockoff version because the original ones are like
$1,000 or something.
Yeah.
It's so funny when you look at shoe trends and it's like Vogue, and Vogue, like every shoe is like $1,200. You're like, is this a joke?
I know.
Is this a joke? Who's this for?
Growing up, like reading Vogue magazine or any fashion mag, you're like, I'm reading YM 17. So of course the demographic, we ain't making money.
Yeah.
And I'm still looking at Ralph Lauren teenage girl line, and it's still $1,000 for stuff that you're like, who's this for?
It's so annoying.
It's not for me.
Hey, am I supposed to aspire to this?
Yes. It would be like a t-shirt for $500, and you're like, I can't ask my parents to get this.
I know, but then you're like, but I want it.
I know.
I want it, and I feel like if I have it, then I'll be valid.
Popular.
Yes. Yeah. Imagine being rich, but still unpopular in your school.
Embarrassing.
Tragic. What a tragedy. Now I'm all into the Mary Janes, but I am kind of like oscillating back and forth if I want to go with the Rothy's, like classic Mary Jane, or if I want to do, I saw a really cute one that I like, which is a lug sole, but I feel like it was like kind of like chunky lug sole patent leather Mary Jane, like a little bit more substantial, but it looks more comfortable.
I like a lug sole. The only thing is I feel like it's been around for 2 years now.
I feel like the lug sole is on its way out.
It's hard to say.
One thing I was reading last fall is they were saying that next fall lug sole is going to be completely out, and it's going to be like rubber. All like the rubber shoes are going to be in, which I hate the feel of a rubber shoe on my foot. So I guess
we talked about it. You're just creating one big blister on your foot.
Yeah.
Anytime I switch shoes during season, I just get annihilated with blisters, and then I have to go through that 1 month process, and then I can wear those shoes again.
Yeah, I got a pair of white rubber like sandal shoes last year, and I thought like, ooh, these are so cute, but they're just the most uncomfortable thing I've ever
you're
worn.
like slipping around in the summer humidity. Like you just feel the wetness. Like I always like that when you wear clear shoes and it gets the condensation around your toes.
Yeah.
You're like,
is
this a good look?
I know.
That I'm having mold form around my feet.
Just athlete's foot just forming. Well, jellies are in now too, and I've seen some really, really cute jellies.
Yeah, I like the jellies, but again, I'm like, I'm just gonna have blisters this whole
jellies
summer.
Hurt
because it's wet on wet.
Yeah. But I will say the thing about the jellies, though, it just like takes me back to being like 3 years old and being like, my jellies.
I can't do anything.
My jellies. Yeah. My little foot.
Daddy.
Daddy. My jellies. I saw a fabulous pair of jellies the other day. It was like a white chunky foam platform bottom and then the clear jelly on top. So it was like, at least you have the foam like as the bed for the foot.
Yes.
To like absorb some of the, to
wetness.
be like moisture wicking.
I'd love it if it just created like a weather system in the bottom part. like
a terrarium. You need like a terrarium for your
moss
foot.
And, and some frogs that can like live in my foot wetness.
I love that. So imaginative.
We could do that. But we always talked about this with summer trends. Like every year the magazines or blogs will be like, what's in season? Espadrilles. And you're like, they're always here.
I know. Like a lot of
Things don't go out of style anymore, really. It's just
Janes,
cycles.
Yeah, Mary Janes have never been out of style. It's like an iconic shoe. You
I
just
feel like
see
that
it
was- yeah.
more.
Yeah, or just like some different versions. It is kind of frustrating if the older you get, you realize that and you're like, I have black boots, but you're like, these ones don't work, so I got to get a different kind of black boot.
Yeah.
And then you have 40 versions of a black boot,
Yeah.
and your partner doesn't understand it.
Yeah, and then also you just don't wear them enough to wear them out in time for the next black boot.
Yeah, so it's just. It feels like a lot of wasted money is happening.
Yeah, I saw like that's the thing I think about like going loud versus having a more kind of like toned down style is like when you have something that's loud but also like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Like I was looking at shoe fashions and it was like these like geometrical like wedge heels and like loud colors and the metallics still from the winter. And it's like, yes, I love it. Get it. But how many times are you going to wear it over the next 8 years?
Yeah.
It's like when you buy a dress and you're like, this is my new fabulous dress. And then you wear it one time in 4 years.
That's how I felt about when we were doing buying for the wedding. You're like, it really is probably better to rent a dress.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's a trend, really. Most dresses tend to be a trend.
Yeah.
And then you only wear it once because it's not like you're going out all the time. But a simple black dress, I've worn a dress to a wedding like for over 10 years.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, a timeless black dress. Like, that's something that I actually don't have that I would love to get something and spend like $500 on that.
Yeah.
And then be like, I look amazing in this. And like,
it works anywhere.
Chop, like, done.
Yeah, I don't have to think about it, and then I just
chop in
bring
the
it
wrong
up.
context. I meant like, to go like this.
Yeah.
But I went, chop.
But like brushing your feet. What is it?
I went to like when you're like this.
Yeah.
Like that. But no, what was I gonna say?
Well, like timeless. We were talking
about
about
wedding
timeless
dresses.
classics. Oh, wedding dresses.
Can I chime in on wedding
Yes.
dresses? I have an app on my phone. Again, not that I'm getting married, but I can say this on the Patreon. I am now browsing engagement rings.
Yay! Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. But I got an app on my phone. It's called Still White. And it's people just all reselling their bridal dresses.
Yeah.
So it's like if and when I do get married, again, I'm still like, Mike's like, we should look at rings. I'm like, what? I don't know you. It's a big commitment and it's scary. And, there's no
scary.
rush. There's no rush.
But then I always say you can always get divorced.
You can always get divorced. You're fine. I think like
I
because
said that to a friend once, and she was so offended. She's like, no. I was a child of divorce. I'm like, well, I
It
am
shows.
making a joke of being flippant,
yeah, I love
Lighten
it when
up,
you're,
bitch.
you're flipping and people just can't handle it.
I've had plenty of conversation. I talked to another comic. I was like, well, why don't you just hide the toilet paper? Just being, funny in a toxic way. And she was like, you can't do that. And I'm like, what are we doing? That we're having a joking conversation, and then I am yes-anding you, and then you take it, and then you reprimand me in the middle of it.
I can't handle it. It's like we're speaking a language here. Yeah. We're speaking a language. I hate that. And then I also hate when people do like confrontational teasing. That's another one that I hate too.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're like making a joke and then like they just kind of start yelling at you, but it's like they're joking too. But it's like now I'm being verbally abused.
But it doesn't feel
it doesn't feel like a joke.
joking.
It feels like I'm being shamed.
You're hidden,
Yeah.
hiding behind it.
Yeah.
Are you hiding behind your humor right now?
Right. Like, you fucking stupid idiot. You're like, I don't like that.
I've had it where sometimes you're like this. Why are we fighting? I only am talking because I don't want to be rude to you.
Yeah, I'm just trying
The other option is being I can't stand this conversation and I want out, but apparently society won't let me do that. So
Right.
now I have to deal with your abuse.
Yeah, even my people pleasing is not enough. What do you want from me? But anyway, so Still White.
Summer trends.
Summer trends. So Still White, though, is a great app. If anyone's getting married, I really recommend it because you can, first of all, it's tons of dresses. You can sort like US, you can sort by location, you can sort by price. So I was thinking like if and when I do get married, I'm not going to spend like, maybe I'll go up like a few $100s, but I'm not going anything near $1,000 for the dress. Like
No.
it depends on what I see, but I like it because you can set it like $400. That's a reasonable amount for a wedding dress, and you can get these other wedding dresses that were like $1,000 that this girl is like desperate to get off her hands because who's gonna buy her wedding dress. You can sort with your size too, and that's what my one friend who's getting married in Costa Rica, she has a $700 wedding dress. She also has a $1,500 wedding dress, so she has two, which I did not advocate for that. She was like, I'm putting it on my credit card. I was like, it makes sense.
Sure.
But so yeah, I think that's a great thing to look for wedding dresses.
Yeah, I also feel like if you decide, if you're like, you really do want the expensive dress, then yeah, just check into a rental. I had a friend that rented, and you do really high end dresses when you can rent. Like you can get some like top tier dresses.
That's really nice.
So like, why not? And
Why
also,
not?
I have my wedding dress. Rarely am I putting it on.
Just trying it on over the baby bump. Like, here we are.
Like, or just being a psycho just in my wedding
Around
dress
the home,
in the
Miss
house.
Havisham.
Yeah.
Oh
But
my
I
gosh.
still pin wedding dresses that I see on Pinterest.
They're
The
beautiful.
ones that I was like, I wish I could do my wedding over. This is the dress that I would wear.
You're gonna renew your vows.
Yeah.
or second wedding. You never know,
Oh,
right?
well, I always feel like renewing your vows is a sign to let people know that your husband cheated on you.
We're
And
going
you've
again.
guilted him into this. It always shows a sign of
Ugh.
weakness in the wedding marriage.
I don't know if I told you this, but the last time I was in Aruba, of course we had like there's a number of unhinged audience members at every show, just like island people. I love people in Aruba who are island people. They always want you to know how much time they're spending on the island. They're like, we're down for 10 months, but usually we only come down for 4. But we decided to. It's like, okay, we don't care. We get it. You kind of live here.
Yeah.
We get it. You're gentrifying the island.
Yeah, it's a
Barbara.
desert here.
So an unhinged woman after the show asked me if I would renew her and her husband's vows because I'm like doing my jokes about like officiating, and I was like, no,
I don't know you.
I'm on my vacation right now. Like I can't just work for you for what I'm sure you would offer me $50.
Yeah.
Like,
Also, yeah, I just feels like a lot of pressure. The only way I would officiate a wedding is if I knew them.
yeah,
It's like showing up to a corporate gig. You're like, I can guarantee you might hate me after this experience.
I know, and it's like it's not enough money for me to be like, oh, I know, I'll go to my room and instead of going out on the beach with my friends, like I'll work and come up with something beautiful for you guys
and try to
like,
guess your love.
like what?
I don't know you.
I don't know you, and you guys should probably get a divorce. She was like, we came down to renew our vows because my kids think he doesn't love me.
Oh, is that what she said?
Yes.
Oh my God. Well, he probably doesn't.
And the daughter was like unhinged too. She was like 18 years old and like pretty, very thin, but she was like, hi, I'm an influencer. Like, yes, I work with brands. I'll follow you. Follow me back. I was like, okay. And I followed her back and she had like 5,000 followers. And I was like, I don't know if you know what an influencer is, but this is the big times, honey. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I saw a TikTok once where this girl was complaining about another influencer, and then I went to go check who she was complaining about, and it was like, she only has 1,000 followers. I mean, that's probably good in towns,
Yeah. I think
in your high school.
Yeah,
But then in the scheme of influencing, you're like, she's got nothing. I'm like, you're in the same class as her.
it's so funny. It's so funny because I think
The value
now,
that people put on stuff.
it's like content creator, It's
Yeah.
like everyone is an influencer and everyone's a content creator. I do hope that this is what my prediction was with social media. Now that it's also like it was the influencers, now it's like the creator sphere. It's like I hope it just gets so saturated that like everybody in the world has 100,000 followers.
I think it will get that way.
And we're all just like living in a delusion, like hosting a reality show. Like, hi, I'm here. Hi.
And we're all just like bumping into each other while filming our reality shows
Yeah.
on every vacation.
It's like a Black Mirror episode.
I wanted to get to the point where like I'm off social media and I become like the underground secret.
Oh, I love it.
Where
Like
they're
Ethan
like-
Simmons Patterson. Look for him. You cannot find him. I love him. He's such a relaxed guy.
Totally chill, super smart, fun to hang out with.
Wonderful
I always like
person.
hanging out with him whenever I see him at comedy shows.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're like, I'm so jealous that you get to have a career and you don't have to worry about social media.
Just doing whatever. Yeah, you guys should look him up. You'll never find him. You'll never find him.
Makes me wonder.
I know. Well, there is something to that, like that kind of like iconoclast where it's like, yeah, I'm not doing social media. Not even somebody, there are people that have like 3,000 followers or whatever. They're like, yeah, whatever, I'm not doing it. But it's like, yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
My mom's one of those, and I don't know how to express my love to her because she's not
Yeah.
on social media.
That's how me and my mom communicate. We communicate she communicates by sending reels to me.
Yeah.
And then I put an emoji back. That is our love language.
I can't. I want my mom to learn how to use emojis at least.
At least,
Yeah.
Mom.
We do group thread text, and my mom doesn't respond.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's sad.
It is. So, well, my brother and I always joke where she'll be like, no one's reached out, or like, I don't hear from anybody. I'm like, well, get online.
Yeah, Mom. We're
That's
texting
where we're
you.
at. Yeah, we're texting you.
I know. Older parents, it is hard because they're like, well, I call my grandmother. I'll FaceTime my grandmother and she like just holds the phone to her ear. So I'm just having a conversation with her inner ear.
Well, I swear my mom just like charges her phone while it's in the garage, and then she just stays in the house and then doesn't look at it for 8 hours.
That's how my mom is too. Like I've never called my mom and had her answer her phone unless she's like in the car. So funny. Boomer parents. Well, are your parents boomers or are they
totally boomers.
Boomer world?
Yeah, it's yes, but my mom's good with tech. She knows how to do tech,
Mm-hmm.
but it is just funny. Like, she's just not a phone person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is like the main source of communication these days.
Yeah, I can do the phone. I mean, I think it is interesting how there's like that stereotype about millennials where it's like millennial culture is texting someone to let them know that you're going to call.
Yeah.
You know?
Is it okay if I FaceTime you?
Yeah.
I'm all like, I love to bomb a FaceTime. I have a few relationships, like Ashley Brooke Roberts is one. She'll just FaceTime me out of nowhere, and I love it because I'm
that's
like,
fun.
I'm like, that's how inner circle you are.
Yes. I mean, I actually get more anxiety with texts than I do because texting, there's like this pressure to like, when you're like talking with somebody, you can just like be in the moment, but texting, there's a pressure to like respond with a quip.
Yeah. And then
quipping back and forth.
how do I end this?
Oh my God.
'Cause I gotta, like-
do I heart it? Do I be like, I do not wish to speak to you any longer?
I feel like, yeah, the heart or the tap back reply is the way to be like, I'm done now.
Tapping out.
Good day.
Good day to you. I know. That's why when I was dating, I always I hate the guys that are like messaging you all the time. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, I can't be like thrown off guard by like, good morning, sweetheart. It's like,
And-
oh my God, what am I supposed to say back? Like, hello, my king.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, that's when I hear about like modern dating, it's the communication back and forth before going out that I'd rather just be like, can you just set a date and we'll do it and figure out if this is right. No, I'm just kidding.
Exactly.
Burps.
That's the baby.
That's the baby.
He's coming up. Oh my gosh, we've done 37 minutes. This is
I know.
Oh my God, look at this bonus. We're going and going.
Sometimes I'm like, I could talk forever, and I don't think that's a good thing.
I know. I'm like, my throat hurts. I've never stopped talking.
Why is everyone so tired?
But no, we really appreciate you guys being on
Yeah.
our Patreon. You are our light. You are our life. You are our only source of financial gain at the moment. But
Our
we have
only
some,
source to the outside world.
yes, but we have some big things planned. We're doing a lot of podcasts. We're going to be on Chris Stefano's podcast.
I know.
Tentatively.
He replied right away.
He loves us. He loves us, and he's big. He's a big star. Chrissy
Chaos.
Chaos. Chrissy
Always
D.
very funny.
I'm excited because the way I sent him the message, I'm like, we'll help you get in touch with your feminine side.
Oh, I think he likes that.
Yeah, I think it's like fun to like, we like come in, we're not doing any more of these like food podcasts, whatever. It's like, we just like come in, we take over and we take you on a lady journey. Joe Rogan, have us on. Joe, this is a
dare you.
message for you.
I dare you.
Oh my God.
I dare you to tank your listenership. Are you that
Hi.
strong enough of a podcaster?
Let's talk about women's rights. how can you recover from this? But no, thanks for listening, everybody. Lady
Yes,
Journey.
Lady Journey.